Yay. Okay, so with all of our stats that I just shared, if you're watching the recording, ask a friend. So, with all of that, I just need you to know that you have to have a system. It doesn't have to be my system, but you have to have a system. And I'm going to share with you my system because it works for me and I love it. I've been doing it for the past 8 years since it was shown to me. I have ran with it and run with it and I love it. It is a little bulky, but I don't know. I love it. And I keep it with me all the time. It's always in my car. I bring it in, I take it back out to the car. I bring it in, I take it back out to the car, and it's always with me. So here's what you got to have. First things first, you have to have a calendar. Anybody got a calendar? Like a calendar. Okay. I'm going to grab my calendar real quick. Let me tell you something. You don't have to have a paper calendar because I don't like to box you in and I don't want to make you feel like you have to do things the perfect way or just don't do them at all. And that's not the case. But I do know that um, if you can't see your entire week, that is a hard problem. You have to be able to see the whole week because I don't know about you, but there's more than just Mary Kay appointments on my date book. There is when do I have to pick up the kids? Who's keeping the kids? And from what time to what time? Um, Before Mary Kay, when I was working other jobs. I was going to school full time. So those things were on my schedule. There were so many things that I was a part of that I was responsible for and that I had to be at. And so I've got to be able to see in my brain, I got to be able to see where in the world can I hold an appointment? Okay. And so when you lay all that out on a piece of paper and you can physically look at it, it makes your life a lot easier. Okay. And it makes it simple. And so I'm going to share with you. You can have whatever kind of calendar you want. Um, I personally like to have this is called the Legend Planner, and you can get this on Amazon. But it's not dated, so I did have to go in and write the dates on it. But you guys, it has times, and it starts at 6 a.m. and it goes 30-minute increments all the way until 9 p.m. So this is actually called an appointment book. An appointment book. So a lot of times you'll see a cosmetologist, a girl who does hair for a living, she has an appointment book a lot of times. Um, because they've got to be able to see what time and how long is that going to take and blah blah blah, right? And same thing for me. Today I had a facial at 12 o'clock. And then when I knew that I'd probably be with her about an hour, maybe hour and a half max. Okay. And then I had another facial at 3. Well, I have to plan for the drive time in between those appointments, right? So, and one was in Duncan and one was in Greenville. So it was about a 45-minute drive. So I had to be able to have the time for that, get gas. And I like to have something to eat for the day, right? So I've just got to mentally prepare for that. So what I love to do, you guys, is I love to block off the days that I'm working. So my Mary Kay business is my full-time job. So this is going to seem like a lot, but from this time to this time, I can hold appointments. I like to work long days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take Thursday off. I do a couple things Friday. Saturday, I usually try to be done by 5, and then I'm done on Sunday. So, like every week, sometimes weeks are different, whatever. But y'all, do you see all that's written on the schedule? All these little things right here, these are appointments. That is me seeing faces, okay? But you can't have a date book like that if you don't ever make calls or at least send some text messages, okay? If phone calls terrify you, do something. Something is better than nothing. Here's the thing, the only reason that I love to make a phone call, leave a voicemail, or send a text is because I want her to hear my voice. And I was telling Jennifer Loftus this. She said, calling freaks me out. And I said, well, what about a voice message? Could you do a voice memo to her? Could you like hold down the little thing and send her your voice? Because that's all you have to be able to do is I want her to hear your voice. You know why? Because telemarketers, freaking people call people 24/7 and they don't know who they are and it's spam or it's a robot. I need her to know that I'm a real person, okay? And that I'm legit. So if she wants to communicate back and forth, we can do that via text, but I just need her to hear my voice, okay? The Lord gifted you a voice, y'all. You just got to use it. You just got to use it. Okay. The second thing that you're going to need, if you love my system, if you don't, I'm not offended, is a index card box. Okay, index card box. I like the one that that's not like gonna flop over when it sits down on the table. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like this one, the lid just all the way comes back. I've seen some that the lid is like half of the box too, so it flops over. That is not my jam. I just like a regular old index box. This may even be like, you ever seen like recipe boxes? I have used those before. That the kind that are like aluminum and closed really good. Um, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. I also know that you're gonna need some dividers. Okay. Now I have these plastic dividers that I've had for 8 years, and they actually were the alphabet. Okay. Look, they're the alphabetical ones. I just flipped them over to the back and wrote numbers on them. But I also have just gotten the index card ones that have the little index right here. I had to put something on it because mine were getting real janky. Okay. Um, so what you need is you need dividers that go one. Hold on, let me move these so that you can see. There's the calls I gotta finish making. Okay, so 1 through 31. Okay. Because what's the max amount of days that you can have in 1 month? 31. Okay. So for February, I won't even touch 29, 30, or 31 this month. Okay. Does that make sense? Because it doesn't exist. So I'm just gonna pretend like it's not there. Okay. And then in the back, I love to have the ones that are January through December. And if you like these little tabs, y'all, these are at Hobby Lobby for like $2 or $3. Okay. And they're like a peel off on the back of this and they stick and they're thick cardboard. So those are nice too. Okay. So I got 1 through 31, and then I like to have my January through December. Okay. All right. So now let me explain. I use scripts. Nikki Smith's word for word scripts are on my website. And if you don't know my website, I can post it in the chat or I'll just post it on Voxer. Everybody on here is on Voxer, so I'll just post it on Voxer after the call. Um, just in case you don't have it, but a lot of you do. My scripts are verbatim. I call, leave a voicemail if she doesn't answer. Most women don't. Okay. I leave her a voicemail, and my voicemail is the same every single time. Hey, girl, this is Nikki with Mary Kay. Um, Shelly is a customer of mine, and I was calling to ask you a quick question. Will you give me a call back? It's 864-913, da 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 da, right? And then I hang up and I send a text. And my text they're always the same. They're very scripted. Um, at the end, who is on here? Brooke. Brooke, at the end, will you remind me to share a tip about how to put text in your phone, how to save text in your phone so that I don't forget to show them that? Okay. Now, um, I leave a voicemail, and then I send a text. And then, okay, so let's say I call this girl. Her name is Brandy. Don't be stealing my soon to be customer, okay? But this is a new lead, a fresh lead. Okay. It was given to me by Brianna Porcoro. Okay. So I did a facial with Brianna and I asked her for referrals, right? The Fabulous game. Y'all remember? Anybody ever seen the Fabulous game? You ever wrote some referrals on the back of the profile card? Just names and phone numbers of girls that you were willing to give a facial to at the party. Okay. Okay. So we'll, or one of these. Y'all ever seen this? No? Okay. Um, so this is from my facial today. She gave me one, two, three, four, five, six leads. Okay. What I will do is I'll take those leads and I'll put them on an index card. So I put the name and phone number of the person that she gifted me. And then I'm going to put who gave me her number at the bottom. So that way I don't get the two confused. I don't like to put them back both up here because I'll be like, who is who? Right? So if I put the bottom, it's always going to be how I got her phone number. How I got her phone number. So if for some reason I'm at Starbucks one day and I met Megan behind the counter, I'm going to put Megan and her number up here. I'll put Starbucks on Pelham Road. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is how you do it. Okay. This part right here is just how this is a place for me to take notes and be able to keep up with when I called her and what I did. So, example, let's say I call Brandy real quick. I like to abbreviate, okay, because I don't got time to be doing all the things. There's a lot of things out there that talk about highlighters and this color means that and this color means that. To be honest with you, 8 or 9 years ago, I could never remember which color meant what. Okay. So I just decided from that point on, I was going to abbreviate and I've done it ever since. So I'm going to give you an example. So let's say I call Brandy right now. Okay. And I'll call her after this just so it's done. Um, okay. So I like to put call one February 10th. Okay. And let's say she don't answer. So I left her a voicemail and I sent her a text. Voicemail, text. Does that make sense? I'm taking notes on here. So I called her for the first time on this date and I left her a voicemail and sent her a text. Okay. So then I take her card. Today's the 10th. I would move her 3 days forward. So I would put her behind the 13th in my box. Does that make sense? Because on the 13th, I'm going to try again. I'm going to call her again. Y'all, the reason we're spacing this out is to not be the crazy stalker Mary Kay girls. I want to do a few more touches with her. Like I want to call her more than one time. Okay. So remember I told you that only 2% of bookings happen on the first contact. That is 2% when I actually call. I left her a voicemail. That's my first contact. The second contact was when I sent the text message. Okay. Well, only 3% actually book with you on that text message. So you called, you left her a voicemail, you sent her a text. Okay. Well, 3 days later, I'm going to try again. That will be my fourth. No, that'll be my third attempt. Okay. Voicemail, text, wait 3 days, voicemail, text. Now I'm on four. Then I'm going to move her 3 more days, voicemail, text. So that is my final 6 attempts. Does that make sense? So on the day, like if I call her today, I leave her a voicemail, I send her a text. That's 2 attempts. I wait 3 more days on the 13th. I called her, she didn't answer. That's another voicemail and then a text. I wait 3 more days. That'll be the 16th. I call her, leave her a voicemail, send her a text. My last text says, if you're not interested, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But if I don't hear back from you, I'm just going to assume you're not interested and I'm going to give it to somebody else. They usually respond because they don't want their facial to go to somebody else. They're either going to say, absolutely, that's fine. I'm not interested. Sorry, I didn't respond. Or they're going to say, yes, I'm booking. Okay. Like, don't give my facial away. Okay. Does that make sense? So I use scripts and I use this. This helps me to organize it and to just like push them back a few days. And then, like, if Susie calls or Susie answers and she says, you know what, this month is so crazy busy. Would you be willing to just call me in March? I'd be like, absolutely, totally fine. So I'm going to move her card to the back of March. And then when March comes, then I can pull those cards out and start working through them. Does that make sense? Does anybody have a question? I'm serious. This matters, y'all. So tell me if you do have a question. This is how I keep up with who I need to talk to and when. Okay. In the back, these cards right here, these are all the excess cards of women, the referrals, the leads. These are all my extra leads that I still need to call through. Okay. This is from working referrals, facials, and getting all that. Okay. So I just put extras in the back so that way I make sure that I'm at least at the very minimum, y'all. Here's the other facts that I need you to know. Two people will on average book with you if you make 10 phone calls. Two calls. When I mean calls, I mean voicemail, text. Call, a voicemail, send a text. That's what I say is a call. Okay. So when you make 10 calls, on average, you're going to get two bookings. Now, remember, sometimes that first attempt, how often do you get an answer? Only 2%. So don't get frustrated when you start doing your calls and you don't have immediate success. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it is a system. A system. It's just a little system. So I don't know about you, but I think, especially as a new consultant, I can start calling through the women that I already know to get them on my schedule because I need to do practice facials as a new consultant or even as a seasoned consultant. I always tell people I'm in training, and I am because I am not the best at every single thing. If I was the best, I'd be a national, right? So I'm not 100% at the top. So there's always more to learn. Okay. Now, booking is good. Okay. But there's no reason to be booking if you're not going to coach. So I'm going to tell you what that means. So let's say we're all on a team. We are. But let's say we're on like a football team. Okay. And we're all showing up and we're so excited and we want to play the game. But then the coach doesn't show. What are we going to do? No one's going to call the plays. We don't even know where to start. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So when you book an appointment, you have to coach. Okay. You're the coach. Don't take the coach out of the game. Okay. So here's what I mean. Coaching means that you're basically kind of talking and communicating with your hostess and or facial. Because do you want her to show up? Everybody say yes. I do want her to show up. I don't want her to cancel. Okay. I also don't want her to just not respond. Okay. So here's what I mean. I have done parties and facials where I booked her, then I didn't communicate. And I just assumed because I mean she said that date works for her that it was gonna work. And then the day of, I'm like, hey girl, I'm on my way. So excited to meet with you. And she's like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Can we reschedule? And I'm 1 hour already in driving distance from her. You know what I'm saying? Everything was in person when I first joined Mary Kay. There was no virtual. Zoom did not exist. And y'all, we drove to appointments. So that meant that if I'm in Spartanburg and the appointment's in Columbia, I drove 2 hours there and 2 hours back. Yes. And I just want you to know that freaking sucks. Showing up at an appointment, that's not going to be there. That sucks. Okay. The other thing is waiting on people at your home to do a party and then they don't show. That freaking sucks. Okay. And listen, I'm not going to be the one to tell you that everything's peachy. And if you do all the things that everybody, every single person shows up, because you're going to have women, half of the people that you book are going to cancel or reschedule because they are women. You are working with women. Doctors' offices overbook because they understand that people are going to cancel or reschedule. Okay. It's the law of nature. So if you go ahead and remember, numbers can protect your heart. Numbers protect your heart. And the truth is that half of your appointments that you book are going to hold. They are going to hold. You guys, I held 2 appointments today. My Thursday has already texted me and said she's not going to hold her appointment. I am not upset about it. She let me know 2 days in advance. I can fill that appointment spot with something else. Okay. And so we just got to just know that ahead of time, and then we can protect our hearts. Okay. So let's talk about a hostess program. In Mary Kay, you are an independent beauty consultant. So this means that you get to choose what you decide you want to give. Okay. So we don't have a set hostess program that you just have to do. It's truly up to you. Here's the deal though. I do know that a confused mind does nothing. And so if you are like, I don't even know what to offer, okay, let me just tell you what Nikki does, okay, because this is the easiest, most simple thing ever. I offer if she has 3 friends join her, 18 or older, doesn't already have a Mary Kay girl, 18 or older, doesn't already have a Mary Kay girl, then I will give her a $75 shopping spree. That's what I tell her. If you'll just have 3 girls come over and do it with you, you get $75 in free product. Who's excited about $75 in free product? Okay, is anybody on here like, tell me one little thing that you're just like so excited about? Okay. Anything that you shop or buy that you just love. Okay. Let's just say it's a store. Okay, let's say it's a store. Who loves TJ Maxx? I think every woman almost has something in TJ Maxx that they just gravitate towards, whether it's home decor, clothing, maybe it's the hair stuff. I don't know, but with everybody, I want to say, if I told you if you brought 3 girls to the store that you got a $75 gift card, who's going to do that? Me. I got 3 friends. Okay. I'm going to do that. Okay. So at the end of the day, the only thing a hostess program has to be is a beautiful carrot that looks really great. Hostess program, it can be something simple. I know that if you just get me in front of people, I'm going to sell products, I'm going to find a new recruit, and I'm going to get referrals. Like I'm going to get some leads. Okay. And probably some more bookings too while we're at it. So if you'll just get me in front of 3 of your friends, I'll be a happy camper. Right. Now, some people like to go a little deep and they like to say things like, well, if you have a certain amount of sales, then I'll give you this much, this percentage and free, blah, blah, blah. I just like to make it simple. If you'll just invite 3 girls plus you, 18 or older, that doesn't have a Mary Kay girl, I'll have a $75 shopping spree for you. And y'all, 90% of the time, they're getting a skincare set and it's way more than 75. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to sell to the other 3 girls that you brought. Okay. So it pays for itself. Let me just tell you that it pays for itself. And if she's like, well, what if I have 4? Then I say, so every person after the 3 is an additional $10 credit. So if she has 6 people when I get there, she gets 75 for the 3 plus an extra 30. So that's 105 of free product. That makes sense? Okay. And y'all, it's just a discount. There's no actual gift card. There's no actual like you no, you have to use it tonight. You can't save it for later. It's a right now kind of thing. It's like it's a discount off of your order. Okay. Does anybody have a question about that? So you gotta have something to offer. You gotta dangle the carrot. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring up my website because I want to share with you what I say to these women. And there are scripts. Okay. And you guys, I just need you to know that This is legitimately what I do. These scripts are saved in my phone and I do not venture out. I use the same thing all the time. So, have y'all ever worked a job that was just like you were like a almost like a robot, like you did the same thing over and over? I used to wait tables through college and part of high school, and it was always the same. I worked at Wade's, so it was you greet the table, get their drinks, go get the drinks, bring them back, take the order, go get the bread, bring it back, put the order in, check them back. Like it was just like it was the same thing. Drinks, bread, order. Drinks, bread, order. Drinks, bread, order. Every single time. Okay. And when you try to change things up constantly in your business or you're always wanting to try something new, there's nothing wrong with that. But I need you to understand that you don't build muscle memory when you're constantly changing things. So you want to just choose something and do it constantly, do it for a few months to truly build some retention, okay, in your business. And then if you're like, I don't know if this is really for me or working, let me pivot and try something else. That's great. But you can't just like do one thing and then assume that it doesn't work and you only did it one time. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to give yourself time to really understand the things and really grasp all the things. Stop trying to do something new constantly. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to share with you coaching and in-person appointment. Let me see if I can share. Here we go. Okay. So coaching this in-person appointment. So first of all, these are when you're on my website, you'll see Nikki's booking scripts right here. It's under booking is the lifeline of your business. There's the cute little booking box, and then literally just click right there. That's my scripts. This is like a tracker. If you want to track your 10 calls a day for 21 days, there's a tracker right there for you. And then down below that is coaching. Okay. This is the in person. This is if you're going to do a Zoom or a virtual appointment. Here's the PDF. Okay. Printable PDF. And then it opens like this. Okay. Oh. Okay. So there's 4 to paper. Okay. But it's all the same thing. So I'm going to zoom in on this so we can see it. So once I get a girl scheduled, okay, so she said, I want to do a party. I mean, I want to do my facial on Friday at 10 a.m. I say, okay, I'll be there, rain or shine. Also, I am working on a huge goal to be in front of 30 women this month. When you have 3 girls 18 or older come do it with you, you'll get a $75. You'll get $75 in free Mary Kay products. Do you know of any girls who need some girl time? Send the message or say it if you're on the phone. Okay, either way. Um, so then once she answers, you'll know yes or no if she's going. I treat everybody like they're going to have 3 people or more. Like I literally communicate with them as if they are. Okay. It's not really a question, it's just what I do. Okay. And then I'm going to send her a pic collage to the hostess and I will include this text. So let me go back to my website. Down below the coaching is a Canva template. And it is this right here. Okay. It will have, let's see, I'll just open it. Okay. Here we go. So view the template, open an editor. All right. Here we go. Okay. So if I zoom in on this and I go, can y'all see this? Yes. Can you see this? Okay. So if I go over here to uploads, okay, and then I click upload files, I can then go to photos. I know y'all can't see the photos part, but I can add a picture. And let's say I just want to add, like I'm going to do a group, here I am. Let's put my face on there. Okay. Uh-oh, sorry. I keep zooming out too much. What in the world? Make this go away. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna winch it in. Okay, I'm gonna put her right here. All right, so they know who I am. This is the girl that's coming to do your party. Okay, and I booked Beth. Okay, and it's a I just put party, pink party for Beth. Okay, and then teaching the class is my name. Okay, and I'm gonna come on Thursday, April 24th at 7:30, and we're gonna come to 123 Mary Kay Lane, Bowling Springs. And of course, I can capitalize and all that. Okay, so I can add that right there, kind of center it. The other things that are on here is prizes, games, scroll time, laughter and fun. I'm gonna do Mary Kay skincare, microderm treatment, hand and lip treatment, but I'm not gonna do dash out the door. So I can take that off. Okay. So I can leave that right there. Make sure, um, so when you bring a friend, you get a $10 credit to use on any Mary Kay product. Okay. There you go. And there's my pick collage. Okay. So now that I've got my pick collage, I'm going to hit this. Can y'all see this share button at the top right here? Can y'all see that? Okay, hit share. I'm going to hit download and I'm going to hit JPEG, JPG. Okay. And I'm going to hit download. It's going to save it and I can save it in my phone. Does that make sense? Y'all tracking? That's it. Now I can go to my phone and um, the app is the same thing, y'all. The Canva app versus the one on my computer is all the same. It all does the same thing. Okay. So now that I made my pic collage, I can take this picture and I can text and say, hey, Beth, that's who the party's with. Hey, Beth, does this all look correct? I hope this helps you invite friends. Don't feel pressured if it ends up being just you and I. That's great. And if you have friends who can come, that's great too. Either way, we'll have fun. Okay. So I'm taking the pressure away and I'm saying that. Okay. Now, 3 to 4 days before the appointment, I'm going to send her this message and say, did you happen to have some friends who are planning to come? If so, I love making swag bags for everyone. Could you just put us all in a group text so I can ask a couple of questions to get them customized for them? Just introduce me in the message. Y'all, it's literally copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, change the dates. Okay. Does that make sense? This thing, go away. Okay. Then in the group text, I'm going to say, I'm so excited to meet all of Beth's friends on Thursday. I'm creating swag bags for those who RSVP in this group text no later than tomorrow at 7 p.m. Please just text back your name and whether you prefer skincare or makeup samples. Can't wait to pamper y'all. Okay. So day before, I say, so far, I'm excited to pamper y'all tomorrow. So far, I have Susie, Shelly, Casey, Sherry, Lisa, and Tina RSVP'd with me. I have all your swag bags ready. Rain or shine, I'll be there. See you tomorrow. Does this make sense? It is just text messages. Now, the reason that these are in a PDF, like with four, is because they're small enough to where you should be able to staple them to the index card for your box. Okay. Then you can check off that I did all the things. Okay. Which is so good. All right. So coaching can be very simple. It's a lot of just texting and communicating. The pic collage is how it helps your hostess. She don't have to have the words because everything is on the pic collage and she can just send it out. Hey, can you come? Hey, can you come? That's it. Okay. So, and it's simple, y'all. You got to keep it simple. When it's overcomplicated and confusing, and I got to do this and this and this to get my hostess perks. Well, at this point, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. But if you just tell me I just got to get 3 people there, I'm for it. Okay, I can do that. Right. So, and then you as the consultant do the rest, right? Because you're communicating with them in a group message to make sure that they are showing up and they're coming. Now, let me tell you this, a swag bag. A swag bag, y'all, is a little bag with one or two samples, my business card, and you can put a piece of hard candy in there if you want to. It is nothing big. Okay. But make it cute. I think that matters. Y'all, well, the little mesh bags that y'all can earn this month by having 300 in by the 15th, those would be adorable. If you want to go to Hobby Lobby, I always get their super cute Ziploc bags with the little handles. Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. And they're so cheap, y'all, and they're adorable and they're seasonal. So they have different kinds. And this month I have Happy Valentine's Day bags. They're so cute. But y'all, it's literally one sample. So I literally go and buy one lip sample and I get all the same color. So let's say I choose appleberry. I'm going to order 5 things of appleberry. So I'll have 5 times 6, I think. So what is that, like 40? 5 times 6, 30. 30 samples of lip. I know that was really hard. My brain for a second. And and then I'm going to get like charcoal mask. I'll get 5 strips of those. So then when they want a swag bag, have yourself made up this, 30 skincare ones and 30 makeup ones. So when she answers you, I would like makeup, I would like skincare. Then you just grab one out of the baskets and you already have them ready to go. Does that make sense? Make this easy for yourself. Make it easy for yourself. Okay. Oh, I think I just talked a million miles per hour, but I wanted to make sure you understood just you've got to get the bookings and then what to say to the women once she is booked. Y'all, the message that says, okay, I'll be there, rain or shine. Also, I'm working on a huge goal to be in front of 30 women this month. When you have 3 or more girls, that right there makes it a party. If you will just send that one text message, you don't have to say anything about a party. But if you'll just send that text, it turns into a party. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is how you take a facial and make it a party. Okay. By just asking, would you be willing to, do you know of any girls that need some girl time? And y'all, the scripts are so simple. Okay. Thank you, Brooke. Okay. So if you have an Android phone, raise your hand. Androids, you're going to have to go and take these scripts. Most of the time, you can copy and paste from my website, okay? And you're going to put these in the notes section of your phone so that you're always able to just go copy and paste, okay? Who has an iPhone? Apple girls. Oh, praise the Lord who paid my debts. And okay, so if you have an iPhone, I want you to listen to me real good because I'm about to save your life, okay? You can go to the settings of your phone, this little button right here, settings, okay? You hit the settings button and you're going to go down to general. And then you're going to scroll down until you see the word. There's a bag layer in here. I'm sorry. Keyboard, which is right there. Okay. Click keyboard. Okay. And then you're going to hit text replacement. Okay. Now, I'm so excited because you can save these scripts under text replacement, create your own little abbreviation for the message. Okay. And it'll automatically pop up in your message. So let me explain. So if you hit this little add button, it's going to say phrase and shortcut. The phrase is the script, the message, the whole entire message. The shortcut is what you are going to type like a small little word. So let me give you an example. So those coaching scripts, when I send the pic collage and then it says, hey, Susie, does this all look correct? That message is saved as coach 1. So that's the first message that I got to do coaching, right? So I'm gonna literally type in the message, like I'm gonna text, who's on here? I'm gonna text Lisa Marshall real quick. She'll love me. I'm gonna send Lisa doesn't have an iPhone, but it's okay. I'm still gonna put the word coach one. See, I put coach one in the thing. Y'all see this right here? The whole entire message pops up. If I hit the space bar right here, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, girl. It just totally put the whole message right there. And then all I gotta do is hit add the add the pic collage and text it. Does that make sense? Your text replacement is gonna save your life, girlfriends. So I just need to give you that little fun tidbit, okay? When you are doing this, use if you have an iPhone, you have text replacement. Those who have Androids, you're just gonna have to copy and paste and go back and forth in your notes. But I know you're an Android girl, and I'm trying not to hate. Okay, trying not to. I'm holding it back, holding it back. Okay, but all the scripts, y'all, save them in your text replacement if you have an iPhone. If you have an Android, save the scripts that you need to be texting people in your notes section of your phone so they're always ready. Does that make sense? This shouldn't take 20, you shouldn't have to text this out 20 times. You shouldn't have to text it out ever again. After you can do it one time, that's it. Okay? Because if it's in your notes section, you can copy paste. And if it's in your text replacement, you can type out one little word or whatever that you choose to abbreviate it as, and it pops up. You should never have to redo this message again. Okay? Once you type it one time, that's it. Has anybody got any questions about my text replacement? Okay. Thank you so much for being on tonight. I know it's a lot. We talked a lot about bookings, and we talked a lot about coaching. So I want to offer something super sweet. Tomorrow, I have 0 appointments tomorrow evening. And if you would like to join me, I'm going to be doing what's called a power hour. Okay. And this will be held, yes, in Spartanburg, South Carolina. But I'm going to do it in downtown Spartanburg at my favorite coffee shop. It is called the Little River Coffee Bar. I know Brooke knows and Tina knows. Does anybody else know about the Little River Coffee Bar? Does anybody? Because if you don't, you are missing out. Okay, it's so yummy. So they have scones and all the things. Everything is locally. Oh, so yum. If you love coffee, it is to die for. Anyways, they close at 7. So I'm planning to be there from 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. If you want to come and just make 10 calls with me, I always find that it's just easier to have somebody right there, to just like, she's doing it too. I can do this. You know what I mean? It just, you work better. I feel like when you have some energy of like love and care and your sister's doing it with you. So if you want to come, I would love for you to. Um, if you're totally like not for that, that's okay. No feelings hurt. I just wanted to offer it there because I know most of y'all work and all that. So tomorrow from 5 to 7, you bring your booking box, your leads, and your calendars, and I will be there ready to go. I'm gonna be making calls. It's a total power hour. It's 2 hours for me, but you can come and go as you please. You want to stay the whole time, whatever. Just wanted to open that up to you guys for who all is on here. Okay.